there is a clear accumulation, manipulation, break below, start into distribution, slow climb up, and no fucking rejection going forward. Same thing here. There is a clear market structure shift, a massive fair value gap, it retraces, and it continues higher. It's like literally nothing works. And I'm not being a crybaby, I'm just telling you, like, absolutely insane what's been happening the past 2 months. I've been trading since 2018 actually. I've invested in 2016, but this past 2-3 months has been so fucking crazy I can't even explain to you. So this video is rather about me telling you that nothing actually works, and why I'm gonna sit out a little bit on what I see on a higher time frame, because until something changes and not headlines are going to be the ones that's driving the market, I think it's just complete suicide to trade. So if you look at this, we came back onto the daily. If you've been watching the shows, you know this. I've been saying that we're going to come back to the 50 on the day, right? We did. 75,500, fantastic, very good. And we can see a rejection from here. Now, we have seen that lower time frame rejection. Clearly, it's a clear 1 hour market structure shift. Clearly. And then it doesn't work. It pushes higher and it doesn't start falling. And then you're thinking, okay, Fefe, well, you're just gonna force the market to... No, I'm not. It's just, if you trade something and you have a thesis and your thesis doesn't work, and it's not because your thesis is wrong, but because something is not adding up in the market. It's not like I've been rushing. It's not like I've been, forcing. It's not like I've been trying to catch. It just simply doesn't work. Then you have to reconsider. So that's what's happening with me now, which is ultimately, if you look at what's happening, you can see all the headlines on X. Basically what you see is that the US is still flying in people. They're doing airlifts, they're doing equipment, and there are peace talks apparently happening that are continuously failing. Yet the market is going up. It's not only actually crypto. I mean, if you look at the S&P 500, I mean, this is a weekly break. I've actually boiled it down for you in one of the videos. This has happened, and every single time we've seen a weekly break like this, we got a 40% drop, a 50% drop, a 25% drop, a 5% drop. And then now what? A V-shaped recovery. It's fucking insane. So anyway, enough of the rant. What am I doing? What I'm doing is the following. First, I'm sitting out. I'm only going to play the higher time frame charts because it doesn't make any sense for me to start doing the scalps, because now this pump is also on the recent news that, oh, there will be peace talks and whatever. Oh, fantastic. And then there is a pump. And then 2 days later, 2 hours later, is oh no, and then there's going to be a dump. So ultimately what I'm doing is the following. I am still on the opinion that this is nothing else but a retrace, and I am going to short it once I see a confirmation on the 4 hour. So I want to see something like this on the 4 hour, whether that's happening from here, whether it's happening from 80,000, whether it's happening all the way from 70, or 87,000, all the way up here. I don't know, but it for sure is going to happen. And when it happens, I think that is going to be a short to take us down to sub 60,000. So, but until then, there are two things that I'm going to do. One is the market can stay much more longer irrational that you can stay solvent. So now all I can think of is, okay, well, if this is what's happening, all I can do is the following. Either I wait for an hourly and the 4 hour market structure shift that I just explained, or I just play with the internal structure, which if you look at it, the internal structure is bullish. So if I look at this, come back 50, pump. No 50 here, but then here there is a 50% retrace. So all I can do is just wait for the 50% retrace. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take scalp positions because it's literally just suicide. I am not going to... It almost came back 50. Almost came back 50. Did it actually come back 50? Let me just see. Yeah, you can consider this. You can consider this. Yeah, it did come back 50. So basically what I'm going to do is wait for another high close. And if that happens here, a close above there, and I see that it's coming back 50, and I see a 15-minute market structure shift, I am going to take a long position. And once I see a 4 hour or an hourly market structure shift to the downside, I am going to take a heavy short. Now, very important as well, that every single time when something like this happens, the best thing to do is just simply not trade. So, and if you do trade, then the best thing to do is to take as much confirmation as you can. While I've been longing and shorting 15-minute market structure shift before all this fucking shit show that happened that we've seen the past 2 months, it is not working now. And the reason why it doesn't work is because Trump farts one, and then it's just the market just simply disregards any signal and it does whatever it wants to do. So what I'm gonna do again is not only wait for a 4-hour retrace or a 4-hour market structure shift if that happens to short, but I'm also going to wait for retraces to the 50, to the higher OB, and I'm also going to wait for a 15-minute or a lower time frame market structure shift to confirm. So until then, I might not trade for the next 1 or 2 weeks, I don't know, but until then, it's literally just suicide, and no matter how good I think the system is, it just simply doesn't do what the system has to do. And so for that, whether it is the S&P, whether it's Bitcoin, whatever it might be, this is the situation. So guys, this is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna be back next week, and then I'm gonna be off again. Subscribe to the channel if something happens. I mean, it can change anytime, especially if the 4 and 1 hour comes. That is the main question now. When does that happen? And if that happens, I do believe that that is one of the biggest opportunities we had in a long time, higher time frame, and I do think that we are going sub 60,000. We can get to 85, 87, 90,000 before that. That's why we're going to play the 4 and hourly chart, but otherwise it's just sub 60 in my opinion. And if we're able to close above 92,000, I mean, if you look here, if we're able to close above the 92,000 level, so if I go into the daily, go down here, and if we are able to close above this 92,000, 91,000 level, which is the daily high, well, I'm just gonna say, well, then this is time to start deploying back. I mean, as you know, I got out in October. This was the top. Then I got out on the market structure shift I told you here on the channel. So I got out here, and then on the retrace here. So I mean, even if like that's how much for 𝗙𝗡 missing the dump, even if I just get back in after this higher retrace, I'm still gonna be completely fine, and then at least we're gonna have a proper direction. Subscribe to the channel. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow there is no show, so join in the Telegram, link in the description so I can update you. I'll see you in the next one. Out from the closet. That sounded kind of weird. That's not how I meant it. It's just I just said like I'm checking out. Anyway, goodbye.